Hey everybody, it's Justin, your guide into the Runiverse. I do want to talk about the 5 things you need to know about the Forgotten Runes Wizard Cult. So if you don't really know anything about it, so you may have seen the trailer, you may have seen the PFP collection. You might be interested in magic, wizards, or something like that. And you might be wondering, what is the Forgotten Runes Wizard Cult? And in one sentence, I would say it is a franchise, right? It's a fantasy franchise, anchored in Web3, and there are a lot of building blocks in it, right? From the Book of Lore, its character tokens, and even the game. So you may have seen a couple of those things, but there's a lot more. There's a lot more building in the background, with royalties and Wizard Wednesdays and even the comic books. And it's going to be interesting to take a look at how they develop out the franchise and the community IP, because ultimately I'm really bullish and really excited for this trend towards community IP, with regards to like Made by Apes on the Yuga end, as well as Forgotten Runes on the Magic Machine end. So super exciting stuff. So let's just kind of take a look at how they're bringing the Runiverse to life with their media, right? So we do have a TV series show coming, in conjunction with Derek Kolstad and animation studio Titmouse Incorporated. So Derek Kolstad is the creator of the John Wick franchise, so you may or may not be aware of that, but like that's super exciting. And then we also have, they're working with Titmouse Studios, which is responsible for a lot of other animated series that are on TV. So there's Star Trek Lower Decks, but again, it's a lot of experience, a lot of solid foundations when it comes to pushing out like something that people will like be interested in, and I like to see that. We also have a comic book series illustrated by Riley Brown and globally distributed by Comics Titan. So right off the bat, we can kind of see the wizards being featured with their character art, and we're seeing this fleshing out of the lore. So right off the bat, if you do write your if you have a wizard, by all means you could be featured in a comic or whatever is coming in the future with regards to Magic Machine and everything they have with regards to lore. So I'm getting ahead of myself, but the lore is essentially held in a book, which is a community-owned open source treasure with 4,000 plus entries that inspire content in our larger media expressions, right? So again, it's basically open source Middle Earth where fans hold commercial rights. So what's really interesting is that why don't we actually just jump right into the Book of Lore, right? This is essentially the stories, legends, and myths of thousands of wizards, right? And we can kind of read everything about the core narrative, the basic spine of like, I guess the story, the map. We have what constitutes magic. We also have the political realms and dominant forces that permeate the Runiverse, from the Red Hat cult, the Yellow Hat cult, the Brown Hat cult, and they all have different unique character qualities, and you might be attracted to one more than the other. So you definitely read through these. But again, if we keep moving on, where is the Forgotten Runiverse? And honestly, it is set on Earth. It is thousands of years in the future, where magic and technology coexist. And honestly, the trailer does a really good job at like capturing the hybrid, the fusion of like cyberpunk-esque elements, as well as the fantasy too. So that's really a really interesting hybrid of themes here. But basically, we also have our map here that kind of goes over the geography of everything inside of the Runiverse, what we can explore, from the quantum shadow, the savanna, the sands, the wilds, the Elysian fields, along with the the trees and the rolling mountains, and everything essentially, right? There's honestly so much to explore, and like this map doesn't really do it justice. And I would recommend you take a look at the Runiverse game account, and it has a lot more lore with regards to the geography of the game, from the biomes, each with their own set of regions. So again, we can kind of see the different sections in the breakdown of the world, and there's just so much. The aesthetic is sublime. The aesthetic is crazy. Like each biome looks vastly different. It has its own distinct flora and fauna. We have snowy mountains and trees of the Fae. We also have different regional visuals, as well as the day and night cycle. There's just such great stuff here. And again, outside of just the biomes, you can have, resources. Each biome has different resources. Each region has different amounts of, wood, stone, material, etc., etc. And you kind of have to explore each region to gather perfect materials for whatever crafting recipe that you have. So, there's a variety of depth when it comes to gameplay inside of the game, which is just one part of the Forgotten Runiverse as a franchise as a whole. There are different creatures and enemies. And again, there's also the blog post too. So, I mean, honestly, there's just so much of the Forgotten Runiverse as a whole. There's just so much to explore, and honestly, that's where all the magic lies. I don't necessarily want you just to watch this video to get a glimpse of what the Runiverse is. If you like it, by all means, step into it. So again, there's a TV series to explore. You can definitely find a wizard to pick up if you so choose to, write your lore D&D style, represent yourself inside of, all of the metaverses that are coming. Again, there's that 3D update that they dropped. So then you do have that interoperability and stuff like that. But basically, take a look at the website, take a look at everything that you have. This is just kind of my TLDR of everything, what is Forgotten Runes Wizard Cult. So I hope you learned something in this video. Definitely hit that like and subscribe button if you found anything interesting. Again, you can always find me on X, Twitter, whatever it is, and Discords. But again, all the information will be in the description below. So I'm going to sign off, and I'll see you guys around. Peace.